Welcome. Today I invite you on a journey, not just any journey, but one deep into the workings of your own mind and heart. Imagine unlocking simple yet powerful insights that can transform the way you live, think, and feel, starting right now. Life is full of challenges and opportunities, but often the greatest change begins within. What if I told you that by understanding a few key psychological truths, you could improve your life today, not someday, not next year, but today? Together, we will explore 10 practical and profound ways to harness the hidden energies of your mind, embrace your wholeness, and step into a more balanced, joyful, and meaningful existence. Let's begin this adventure of self-discovery and empowerment. Your best life awaits. Within each individual lies a hidden realm, often overlooked, the shadow self. This shadow consists of the parts of our personality that we reject, suppress, or deny, often because they feel uncomfortable, shameful, or socially unacceptable. These aspects may include fears, desires, impulses, or traits we consider negative. Yet to ignore the shadow is to live an incomplete life, disconnected from our full humanity. Embracing this hidden self is not a sign of weakness, but a profound act of courage and self-awareness. The shadow is not inherently evil or dark. Rather, it is the unconscious resolve of parts of ourselves that have been pushed away from conscious recognition. These repressed elements, when left unattended, this displacement illustrates how the shadow, if ignored, close control for the depths without conscious consent. To improve your life, the first step is to acknowledge that the shadow exists within you. This means allowing yourself to observe those uncomfortable feelings, impulses, and traits with openness rather than judgment. Instead of labeling parts of yourself as bad or wrong, consider them as valuable pieces of your whole psyche that seek integration. The process of embracing the shadow requires patience and self-compassion, as it often involves confronting parts of ourselves we have long avoided. When you begin to bring the shadow into awareness, a remarkable transformation begins. This integration allows you to reclaim energies and qualities that were once hidden, often revealing inner strengths and authentic aspects of your personality. For instance, this integration is not about eradicating the shadow, but rather learning to coexist with it in a balanced, conscious way. One practical way to engage with your shadow is through self-reflection and honest journaling. Write down feelings or thoughts that surprise you or make you uncomfortable. Ask yourself where these feelings might be coming from and what they reveal about your inner world. Another powerful method is to observe your projections or moments when you react strongly to traits or behaviors in others. Reflect something unacknowledged within ourselves. Recognizing this can be a doorway to deeper self-understanding. It is important to remember that integrating the shadow is a lifelong process, not a quick fix. As you grow and change, new aspects of the shadow may emerge, inviting further exploration. This ongoing dialogue with your unconscious enriches your self-awareness and nurtures psychological wholeness. Ultimately, embracing your shadow expands your capacity for empathy and connection. When you understand and accept your own complexity, you become, in this way, deep within the human psyche lies a rich symbolic language that speaks to us in dreams, visions, and spontaneous images. These inner symbols emerge from a place beyond conscious control, an unconscious wellspring, where the mysteries of the soul reside. Dreams often seem enigmatic or puzzling, but they are far from random. They are expressions of the unconscious mind, weaving together images and narratives that reflect your inner state, conflicts, desires, and potential. When you learn to listen to your dreams, you open a doorway to understanding yourself on a deeper level than everyday awareness allows. This symbolic language, in fact, speaks directly to your emotions and intuition. Inner symbols are not confined to dreams alone. They can appear spontaneously during moments of meditation, creative flow, or even sudden insights that arise unbidden. These symbols may take the form of animals, colors, figures, or objects that resonate with your feelings or situations. For example, a recurring image of a bird might symbolize freedom or aspiration, while water could represent emotions or the unconscious instinct. The meaning of symbols is personal, yet also connected to universal patterns that have echoed through human culture across time. Attuning yourself to these inner signs requires a quiet, reflective state. It means creating space in your daily life to pause, observe, and ask what these symbols might be trying to reveal. Rather than dismissing a dream, by engaging with these questions, you cultivate a dialogue between your conscious mind and the depths beneath. This symbolic communication serves as a bridge to parts of yourself that might otherwise remain hidden or misunderstood. It can illuminate conflicts you are unaware of, reveal strengths yet to be tapped, or guide you toward choices aligned with your true path. Moreover, symbols often encapsulate complex truths that words alone cannot express, making them powerful tools for transformation and healing. Interpreting symbols is both an art and a personal journey. While some meanings may resonate universally, such as a snake symbolizing transformation or a journey symbolizing change, the most profound insights come from your own intuitive understanding. Keeping a dream journal or sketching your visions can help dig. The practice of attending to inner symbols nurtures self-awareness. In a world that often prioritizes rationality and external achievements, reconnecting with symbolic meaning restores a vital dimension to your existence. It reminds you that life is not merely a series of events, but by embracing this inner language, you cultivate a more meaningful relationship with yourself. In the course of life, many find themselves wearing masks, persons carefully crafted to meet the expectations of society, family, and circumstance. These masks serve a purpose. They help us navigate social rules and gain acceptance. Yet while the persona may protect and guide us in the outer world, it is not the full expression of who we truly are. To improve your life today, it is vital to seek and live from your authentic self. The essence that lies beneath these layers of performance and pretense. The authentic self is the complex, multifaceted individual that exists beyond external validation or approval. It is composed of your genuine feelings, values, desires, and unique perspective. However, the journey to authenticity is not simple. It requires the courage to peel away the comfortable facades and face the sometimes uncomfortable truths within. This process often reveals contradictions and imperfections that are deeply human, yet it also uncovers a wellspring of creativity, passion and purpose. Living authentically means listening to the inner voice that speaks from your core, rather than the chorus of outside opinions and societal pressures. It demands awareness, recognizing when you are acting out of habit, fear, or obligation, rather than true desire. Authenticity is not about perfection or rigidity. It embraces the fluid and evolving nature of the self. As you grow, your authentic self may reveal new facets, desires, and truths. One practical step toward authenticity is to cultivate moments of solitude and reflection. In these quiet spaces, free from external influence, you can reconnect with your inner world. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What makes me feel alive? What fears or doubts hold me back from expressing my real self? Another important aspect is learning to say no to what does not serve you and yes to what resonates deeply. Boundaries become essential tools for maintaining authenticity, protecting your energy, and prioritizing your needs. When you act from your authentic self, you attract relationships and opportunities that align with your true values and purpose, creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Living authentically also involves embracing vulnerability. To show your true self is to risk judgment, rejection, or misunderstanding. Yet it is precisely this openness that fosters genuine connection and trust with others. When you reveal your authentic nature, you invite others to do the same, enriching your relationships and community. It is important to recognize that the persona is not inherently false or evil. Ultimately, authenticity is a path to wholeness, a harmony between your inner truth and outer expression. By choosing authenticity today, you begin to shed the weight of expectation and reclaim the freedom to be fully yourself. This liberation is a powerful foundation for improving your life in all dimensions: emotional, relational. Life is an intricate interplay of opposing forces, each necessary and complementary to the other. Within the human psyche, these dualities manifest as light and shadow, strength and vulnerability, reason and emotion, order and chaos. To improve your life today, it is essential to recognize and seek balance among these internal opposites. Harmony arises not from suppressing one side in favor of another, but from embracing their coexistence and allowing them to inform and enrich each other. Many people live in tension between conflicting parts of themselves. For example, they may prize rational control but deny the importance of feeling, or they may seek security while craving adventure. This internal conflict creates strain, confusion, and fragmentation of the self. When one aspect is overemphasized or neglected, it leads to imbalance, causing emotional distress or limiting growth. The path to well-being involves acknowledging all parts of your inner world. Balance does not mean that opposites must be equal at all times. Rather, it means flexibility and responsiveness to life's changing circumstances. Sometimes you must assert strength, at other times allow vulnerability. Sometimes logic guides the way, sometimes intuition offers deeper wisdom. Recognizing when to shift and how to integrate these forces is a profound act of self-mastery. This process begins with awareness, being mindful of the conflicting impulses, desires, or emotions that arise within. Instead of judging or denying these parts, meet them with curiosity and acceptance. Notice the tension as a signal that your psyche seeks harmony and wholeness. By observing these dynamics without resistance, you create. Another essential step is cultivating patience and compassion toward yourself. Inner balance is rarely achieved overnight. It is a lifelong dance of adjustment and learning. Practices that promote balance include meditation, mindful breathing, and reflective journaling. These tools help calm the mind, center your attention, and create connection between the disparate parts of your inner world. Physical activities such as yoga or Tai Chi can also harmonize body and mind, reinforcing the integration of opposites. Embracing balance also means honoring both your needs for stability and change. Routine and structure provide a foundation, yet too much rigidity stifles creativity and spontaneity. Welcoming uncertainty and novelty allows life to remain vibrant and meaningful. Importantly, seeking balance within yourself enhances your relationships with others. When you accept your complexities, you extend the same acceptance outward. You become less reactive to others' differences and more capable of empathy and connection. This internal harmony radiates outward, fostering peace and understanding. Life itself is a reflection of these polarities, the cycles of day and night, birth and death, growth and rest. Aligning your inner rhythms with these natural patterns deepens your sense of belonging and purpose. Rather than resisting inevitable change or clinging to one, in embracing the interplay of opposites within, you discover a richer, more nuanced experience of being. This balance nurtures creativity, wisdom, and emotional health. It frees you from the tyranny of one-dimensional living and invites a fuller expression of your humanity. To improve your life today, start by welcoming the contradictions inside you. See them as parts of a greater whole that, when united, offer strength and harmony. Through this integration, you move closer to the wholeness that is your birthright. A life lived in balance, depth, and grace. Life is fundamentally composed of utilities, opposing forces that exist side by side, shaping out. The challenge and opportunity for growth lie in recognizing these opposing energies not as enemies to be battled or suppressed, but as complementary parts that need to coexist in harmony. True improvement in life arises when we learn to embrace and balance these internal opposites. When one aspect of ourselves dominates excessively, it creates imbalance that can lead to inner turmoil and disconnection. For example, someone who relies solely on rational thought may become rigid, cold, or disconnected from their feelings. Conversely, a person ruled entirely by emotion might become overwhelmed or erotic. Neither extreme serves us fully. Instead, cultivating an internal dialogue between these facets allows us to harness our normative. Balance is not a fixed state, but a dynamic process of continual adjustment and adaptation. It is this rhythm, this dance between opposites, that sustains our. To begin cultivating this inner balance, it is crucial first to develop awareness of the tensions within. Pay close attention to moments when conflicting impulses arise, when you feel pulled in different directions, emotionally, mentally, or physically. Rather than judging yourself for this conflict or try to suppress one side, approach it with curiosity and acceptance. Recognize these oppositions as signals from your psyche that deep integration is needed. This acceptance creates a space for dialogue between the opposing parts. Imagine your inner world as a council where each voice deserves to be heard. Let your strength speak, but also allow vulnerability its place. Let reason guide distinctions while honoring the wisdom of your feelings. When these voices converse rather than clash, a new synthesis emerges, one that honors complexity rather than forcing false simplicity. Developing patience and compassion toward yourself is vital on this path. Achieving balance is rarely instantaneous. It unfolds over time through repeated attempts, setbacks, and insights. When you meet your struggles with kindness instead of criticism, you encourage a healing process that fosters harmony rather than division. This self-compassion also reduces inner resistance, making it easier to embrace parts of yourself you might have feared or denied. Practical tools such as mindfulness, meditation, and journaling can support this journey. Mindfulness cultivates presence, enabling you to witness your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Meditation helps calm the mind and create space for reflection, allowing deeper awareness of conflicting inner forces. Journaling provides an outlet for expressing and exploring this tension in a structured way, revealing patterns and insights that may be otherwise hidden. Physical practices like yoga or Tai Chi can also promote balance by harmonizing the body and mind. These disciplines encourage an embodied awareness of flow and stillness, strength and softness. Echoing the inner process of integration, when your body and psyche move in harmony, your overall sense of well-being deepens. Importantly, embracing balance within yourself enriches your relationships with others. When you accept your complexities, you become less reactive and more understanding toward the contradictions in others. This empathy fosters healthier, more authentic connections. Your inner harmony becomes a source of peace radiating outward, contributing positively to your community and environment. Ultimately, life itself is a constant interplay of opposites. The changing seasons, the cycle of day and night, the rhythms of birth and death. Aligning your inner world with these natural cycles fosters a sense of belonging and flow. Instead of resisting change or clinging to comfort zones, you learn to move gracefully through life's transitions, embracing uncertainty as part of growth. By welcoming and balancing the dualities within, you cultivate a richer, more nuanced experience of yourself and the world. This integration nurtures creativity, emotional depth, and wisdom, allowing you to live with greater authenticity and fulfillment. Begin today by noticing the opposing forces within and inviting them into dialogue rather than conflict. This embrace of balance is a profound step toward wholeness, transforming your life into a harmonious dance of light and shadow, strength and vulnerability, reason and feeling. In the complex journey of self-improvement, the power of conscious intention cannot be overstated. Each day, the choices we make, the thoughts we entertain, and the attitudes we nurture shape the reality we experience. To improve your life today, it is essential to harness the energy of focused intention and act of aligning your mind, heart, and will toward a clear purpose. This deliberate orientation serves as a compass, guiding your actions and decisions toward meaningful growth. Intention is not simply wishing or hoping for change. It is a profound commitment to consciously direct your inner and outer energies toward a desired outcome. When intention is present, your actions become infused with clarity and purpose, transforming routine behaviors into steps of intentional progress. Without this conscious aim, life can drift into patterns of unconscious reaction, often repeating old habits and limiting potential. The process begins with self-awareness, knowing what you truly desire and why. This requires honest reflection beyond superficial wants or external expectations. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What values do I want to embody? What kind of life do I want to create? The answers to these questions form the foundation of your intention. When you connect deeply with these desires, your intention gains power and authenticity. It is important to frame intentions in positive present tense language, as if the desired state is already unfolding. Instead of saying, I want to stop being anxious, say, I am cultivating calm and confidence. This subtle shift focuses your mind on the reality you are moving towards, rather than the problem you wish to escape. Positive intentions attract the energy necessary to bring about transformation. Another critical aspect of conscious intention is consistency. Setting an intention once is not enough. It requires regular reaffirmation and reflection. You might begin your day with a clear statement of your intention, using it as a guide through challenges and distractions. This repetition reinforces your commitment and keeps your purpose alive amid life's complexity. Visualization is a powerful tool that complements intention. By vividly imagining yourself living according to your intentions, you engage your subconscious mind and emotions, strengthening the pathway toward change. Visualization awakens your inner motivation. However, intention must be balanced with openness and flexibility. While clarity of purpose provides direction, rigidity can cause frustration or resistance when life unfolds unpredictably. True power lies in holding your intention lightly, like a guiding star, while remaining adaptive to new information, opportunities, or detours. Taking aligned action is where intention transforms into reality. Even small, consistent steps toward your goal build momentum and reinforce your sense of agency. Each action, when performed with conscious awareness, becomes a meaningful part of your journey. Avoid waiting for perfect conditions. Instead, engage fully with the present moment and the resources available. Importantly, conscious intention also involves awareness of your inner dialogue. The stories you tell yourself about your abilities, worth, and potential deeply influence your ability to manifest change. Cultivating, affirming, empowering thoughts strengthens your intention and builds resilience against self-doubt or fear. As you practice conscious intention, you begin to notice subtle shifts in your experience, increased clarity, greater alignment between desires and actions, and a deepening sense of purpose. This transformation radiates outward, affecting relationships, work, and overall well-being. Moreover, intention connects you with a larger sense of meaning. It invites you to participate actively in the co-creation of your life, rather than being a passive observer. This empowerment fosters hope. To improve your life today, commit to cultivating conscious intention. Begin by clarifying what matters most to you, affirming it regularly, visualizing your desired state, and taking inspired action with openness and patience. This intentional engagement awakens your potential and sets you on a path of continuous growth and fulfillment. Through this practice, you reclaim the power to shape your reality, not by controlling every outcome, but by aligning your inner world with your highest aspirations. In doing so, you become a co-creator of your destiny, living with purpose, clarity, and heartfelt presence. In the unfolding story of self-improvement, one of the most transformative steps you can take is embracing the power of forgiveness, both toward others and yourself. Holding on to resentment, anger, or guilt acts like an unseen weight, draining your energy and clouding your perspective. To improve your life today, releasing these burdens through forgiveness opens a pathway to inner freedom, healing, and renewed vitality. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as condoning wrongs or forgetting harm done. In reality, it is a conscious choice to relinquish the grip of negative emotions that tether you to the past. It does not erase memory or negate justice, but it frees your spirit from the chains of bitterness that stunt growth and joy. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, allowing peace to return where turmoil once reigned. When you refuse to forgive, resentment and pain linger, coloring your perceptions and interactions. These emotions can manifest as stress, anxiety, or even physical ailments, undermining your well-being. By contrast, forgiveness lightens this load, enabling emotional release and creating space for compassion and understanding. This shift profoundly alters how you relate to yourself and others, fostering healthier, more authentic connections. Forgiving yourself is equally vital and often the more difficult part of this process. Many carry heavy guilt or self-judgment for past mistakes, replaying failures endlessly. This self-directed harshness inhibits learning and transformation. Recognizing your inherent human fallibility and extending the same kindness inward that you might offer a friend is an act of courage and liberation. Self-forgiveness restores your capacity to move forward with greater self-awareness and humility. The path to forgiveness begins with acknowledgement, honestly facing the pain or hurt you carry. Without avoidance, suppressing or denying these feelings only buries them deeper. Next, cultivate empathy for the complexity of human behavior, including your own. Understand that those who caused harm often acted from their own wounds and limitations. This perspective does not excuse harmful actions, but situates them within a broader context, softening rigid blame and opening a door to compassion. Expression forgiveness can take many forms, from a silent inner declaration to a spoken or written statement. Some find rituals helpful, writing a letter that is never sent, meditating on releasing anger, or engaging in symbolic acts of letting go. It is important to recognize that forgiveness is a process, not a single event. As forgiveness unfolds, you may notice profound shifts, not only diminished emotional pain, but also increased clarity, energy, and emotional resilience. Freed from the past's heavy shadow, you are more present and open to life's possibilities. Your relationships benefit as you bring less judgment and others. Moreover, forgiveness nurtures a deeper sense of interconnectedness and shared humanity. It reminds you that imperfection is universal and that compassion is a bridge that heals divisions. This awareness cultivates peace within and around you, transforming suffering into wisdom and growth. In embracing forgiveness today, you reclaim your power from the grip of resentment and guilt. You choose liberation over bondage, healing over stagnation, and love over bitterness. This choice is a radical act of self-care and courage, setting you on a path toward greater peace and wholeness. Ultimately, forgiveness is an invitation to live more fully, free from the chains of past hurts, empowered to embrace the present with an open heart. By forgiving, you transform pain into possibility, despair into hope, and separation into unity. This is a profound step toward improving your life, grounding you in freedom, grace, and deep inner